What's up, Media One family? You are here again with Howie. Howie, please continue to like, share, and subscribe and interact with our content. Today, we are with an amazingly talented gentleman who not only gets paid to speak, but to entertain, to engage, and to keep audiences laughing. We are here with MC Steel.
Wagwan. You good?
I am good, MC Steel. Now, of course, we know you as MC Steel when you're, on the stage, kaumeshika mic, you're doing your thing. But please, for the audience, what is your government name?
My government name from the ID, you'll find me Matthew Bwire or Daba. If you send some money, it might land to Dorina Tabouma. So any will work.
All right. So from Matthew, Matayo to Steel, how was that process?
Transition. First, I had a younger brother called Emmanuel. Emmanuel, it's also an MC, MC Cranes. He's a gospel MC. So when we were young, he used to call me, he couldn't spell Matthew well. So he called me Machu, Machu. So you know that process and you're just, Machu, 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 Machu. Machu. So it sounded like Chuma, Machu, 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 Machu. Then, but growing up, we find that we have properties of steel. STEEL. It means you can also sharpen others. You can also be sharpened. You can be transformed to be what the society wants and what you also want. So, according to the situation, I can be steel. Nikiingizwa tu hivi kwa moto, nikitolewa hivi ninakuwa something else. So that's what it is. A shapeshifter.
That is nice. Like that's very interesting. Even the part about your brother for how you got your, we'll call it your stage name. Now, for you, you are currently a corporate MC, but maybe for those who do not understand what even MCing is, maybe you can give us a little background or highlight of what it actually is to be an MC.
MCing is basically an art of communication. It's an art of communication. Living alone, the jokes, living alone, the dance, and the hype that comes with it. For me, I say that you're a crack filler of an event. A crack filler of an event. There's an event that is happening. You have to have details about the event, what is going down, who is speaking, where they are coming from, background. In fact, when you're standing up there, you need to have information about the whole event because you are the host and even your client is a guest at that moment. So you reserve the right to tell the client this and this and this will go well if this and this happens. So that's how I look at it. I look at it as an art of communication, and it is an encouraging skill to have because everybody can talk, but not everybody can be an MC. So that's the difference.
It's good you've said that because there are a lot of people who have this mindset that when it comes to such things like emceeing, radio presenting, anything that involves talking, that is just talking. That you just take a mic and you just talk. But like you've mentioned, everyone can talk, but not everyone can MC. Not everyone maybe understands effective communication. Um, how long have you been in emceeing industry?
Starting off, like literally, I think it's around 2014. So 2014 to right now, 2024, I can say it's roughly 10 years. Uh, roughly, roughly 8, 10 years. It started off 2020, 2014. Right now it's 2024. That's 10 years. Yes.
So, how have you been able to manage for the last decade as a creative, especially in Kisumu, when it comes to emceeing?
There's what that says you're as good as your last event. That's it. I keep it. I get an opportunity to do an event. I do it like that is the only event I have. And I'm not going to do any other corporate gig or any other wedding or any other social event again. this one here. So the focus is making sure that we transform the art of communication, and also since we're in an entertainment field, then how do we move with the trends, or how do we focus but still maintaining the basic threshold of being an MC. It's basically that. So I think that has kept me going, and also the fact that I can also juggle up as a comedian at a part, and also as a dancer, a spoken word artist, and stuff like that. So we just bringing all this together so that when we're doing an event, it's an event that you could say, he didn't crack a joke, but he communicated well. Exactly, that's it. So I'm as good as your last event. I can say that. That what keeps me going, and also just the power of prayer here there. Keep praying and just making sure that unaambia God, we cheki ni aje bro, unacheki venye ulituma Noah alikuwa anaitwa nani ule mwenye alimezwanga na nini
Joanna.
na Shaq Shaq the Youngin. Huyo unaona unacheki venye ulimtuma kadayati yaishi. Maze mi we cheza kawe kwa event. So we pray, and I think prayer has also kept me going. Uh,
That's very key. It's key you've said that, because I think sometimes it's easy to imagine that someone was just born with the talent, maybe of communicating. Has communication always been something that's very strong for you, or is it something that you've had to acquire the skills over time?
I think I've acquired the skills over time, because the more you work with people, the more you go to different events. Different events entail different communication skills. Because let's say I was doing an event with rheumatologists, the way I'm going to communicate with the rheumatologist is different with the way I'm going to communicate with Gen Z. You know, even from the dress code, the language, the tone, the speed of speech, all that is going to change, because there are serious people who will relate with certain types of thing, because you cannot go to base ya watu wa peng, unaanza unaanza kuongelesha juu ya sasa unacheki ile Mercedes S class then like bruv, what are you saying? What is he saying? No. So the thing is, uh, just finding out that there's a difference between this and this. Now, with the experience that comes with it, it also sharpens your communication with time. You just get better. So it's also acquired, because everybody can talk, everybody can speak, but do you have the content to say? And if you have the content to say, do you know where to say it at the right time? Yeah, that also makes a difference, because you can say the right thing, but to the wrong audience, and then you'll have missed the point. Yeah, you get. But if you say the right thing to the right person, then that's a very good merger. Uh, so I think communication is something that uh, is building up anytime, because the more you stay in an industry, the more there are certain things that if this is done and this is done, then this is the results that you're going to get. Yeah.
I want to throw in a little bit of a icebreaker out there for those of you who are just meeting MC Steele or getting to know MC Steele personally. Like he said, around a decade ago, I used to remember seeing you modeling. I used to see this man topless a lot uh, when you're walking on the stage. So I wanted to ask, have you stopped modeling? Why did you stop modeling? And what was the transition from going from that to now being the corporate MC that you are, wearing, the agbadas and the suits that you wear?
Ngoja, nilikuwaga natoa shati. Bad manners. Why? Young boy, why? A lot of stuff. I was modeling at that point. I was a dancer at that point. I was doing poetry at the same time. I was doing comedy at the same time. I used to do a lot of stuff. But also, as much as you do a lot of stuff, you have to specialize. So there was that transition. There was that transition that was just leading me to emceeing. Because even now, the events, I can go to a fashion event, and in the process of doing one, two, three, I also model. I also model. And when I model, they're like, oh, the MC can also model. But in the back of their mind, they didn't know that I used to do that before. So I think it's a process. It's a process now, taking all this now, putting them in one package of MCing. So when I go to a space where there is a dance show, I understand what the dancers need at what point, because I've been a dancer before. I go to a fashion event, I understand that in this fashion event, this is what you want to achieve. And as a fashion event, in the back of my mind, I know that this is the communication, these are the designers. So that also helps with information, because it's a topic of interest. And when you're working with the topic of interest, then information is not limited. Plus, it also helps you with the accuracy of the information you're giving, because it's not all about just speaking. At the end of the day, can somebody get something to take home? Yeah. So I figured out, if somebody didn't get something to take home, then I might have missed a point kidogo. But this a point you should have understood, that when this happens, then for fashion, there's the music I want to hear, there's the language. Uh, so it has to be like that. Mm.
Talking of events, you do have an event coming up
Yeah.
on Sunday, that is on the 9th.
Yep,
9th
yep,
of
yep,
June,
yep.
happening at Akesha.
Yeah.
Before we get to that, I just wanted you to maybe, if you have any words for a young gentleman or a young lady who feel they want to get into the space that you're in, they want to become an MC, um, what would you advise them?
I'll advise them to do what they feel like is going to satisfy or fulfill their desires. You know, there's fulfillment that comes with it. So if you want to be an MC, it's a lucrative space. That's what I can say. Yeah, because events will always be there. Events, companies will launch products, different companies will come up with products. Even the companies that are there will want to host events, end year parties, nini, weddings are there. If you do funerals, we must die. Hata kani nywele, anything. So events will be there. So if you want to be an MC, go for it. Go for it. There are spaces to learn. Like right now, as a RIN agency, it's a space for MCs to come, just share notes, get to know how could we be better MCs. Because I know at my time we didn't have uh, a space that we could come as MCs and share notes and even say, now if you go to an event, this is how you should dress, this is how you should talk, these are the basic fundamental rules of doing an event, or this is the minimum requirements for you to be an MC. How do you conduct yourself? How do you relate to your client? How do you even negotiate? And how do you get client feedback? How do you respond to client feedback? All that, because the talent might be there, but it's more than talent. It's more than talent. Now when you get into entrepreneurship, then it becomes another different. So you need guidance, and as Rena agency, we're also here to give guidance so that it's easier. Isikuwe kama enzi zetu zenye you're learning on the job. uh, for this one, at least you have people you can hang around and ask questions. Ukikwama mahali, how do I do this? And we'll be glad to assist.
Um, Hey, there have been a lot of things that have been happening before this camera was on. And what I mean by things is that MC still has been cracking our ribs. Like we have been laughing our heads off. And Sunday's event happens to be a comedy event. Maybe you can give us a little bit more information about it. What should we expect? And of course, where it's happening and what a guan.
Yeah, wagwan. So this good news is that we're having an event on the 9th of June on a Sunday from 6 p.m. to 10 p.m. That will be at Acacia at Acacia Premier Hotel. Premier Hotel. You know that's a hotel. Si hotel. Hotel ni ile yenye iko na cooks, iko na chef. So it's a good space to be. It will be a hybrid comedy event. Expect sketch comedy. Expect mime comedy. Expect meme review, and also stand-up comedy and spoken word at the same time. But all this, the event is called Happiness. Everyone deserves happiness. Happiness. If I'm broke, no business.
All right. Is this the first of its kind? And do we expect more like events?
Yeah, this is the first of its kinds of happiness. We do an event called Still the Show annually, but Still the Show happens in October. Even this October, Still the Show will be going down, but this is one of its kind, definitely the first, and we foresee doing these events often, at least a month, or if not a month, after every 2 months, so that you can also bring back the comedy vibe that has been missing for quite some time. And right now people love laughing. It's an easy way to kick depression away. And social spaces, you meet friends, and friends are social capital. We all need social capital for this. So for this one, it's either you are the joke or you are listening to it.
All right. So, like you said, it is called Happiness. Ningekusaidia kuimba lakini no. Hiyo key umeingia nayo. That one is unique. It is uniquely for you. It has been amazing, MC Steele. Thank you so much for your time and for coming to, hang out with us, crack our ribs. We are anticipating and excited for Sunday the 9th. That is Happiness happening at Acacia Premier Hotel. You have been, of course, with myself, Howie.
You are watching Media One International, always fast and fast. Like, share, and subscribe.